Hey guys, Monk52 here of course, and today we're going to cover the Albermarle, and this particular game is something I've noticed that happens to myself on occasion and quite a few other players, and it's something we always struggle with, but it does indeed happen, and that's called, shall we call it Bloodlust, thirsty for a Kraken, thirsty for more damage, you know? You play the game, and you play the game to the best of your ability. You do well, you pick the right targets, you're not being greedy, you do the right plays, and then you just notice that in the top right corner of your map you see that high damage or that 4 kills, and you're like, oh, I'm doing well, and you kind of want to go in to get this high damage value. You know, you get that high, get the finish off with the Kraken, or break a certain damage value or something like that, and it's something that's really bad. That's what really ruins your play. So something really to note from this whole game is you really should try and keep a level head throughout the whole game, and you'll do 10 times better. The only time you should really let up is when there's nothing you can do, the game's over, and that's when you can go crazy. But if you start thirsting for a Kraken or a certain damage number, you can go extremely. It can cause a lot of problems. You can go from really good game to a really bad game, just like that, if you're not keeping on your toes. So, Albermarle, again, I've already covered a masterclass on this, but you can see every time you hit a shell with HE, 90% of the time it will pin, no matter what the ship. Vanguard's very squishy, but I think we're hitting his gun turrets, I believe, so causing some problems there. Scharnhorst, I didn't think he had a shot on me, but fortunately he didn't really get a good result with that, which is always good. Iowa does have a shot on me, that's a little bit concerning, yep, but I'm specially angled, and this range, my 30mm deck plating, actually 32, sorry, will be actually able to bounce his shells, assuming it's properly at the right angle to bounce. The thing about the Albermarle, if people think it's not well armored, it's really well armored. It's got 27mm sides, and the Citadel armor belt is actually really thick. Obviously, showing broadside to an exposed Citadel is pretty darn rough, but angling sufficiently, you'll actually do really well. So I'm pretty well angled here against most incoming threats, trying to get rid of that Benson. Waiting to use my radar because he's not quite in radar range. I want to get closer, so let's get the speed boost going. Let's get the speed going. Pop the radar. Just want to see if he's pushing in. A little bit too early in my part, I believe, but oh, there we go. It did spot him briefly. That information is really good. I may not be able to keep him lit up for too long. That was a nasty hit from the Sharny, but it does tell me a lot of information, and information is key. So he decided to run away. He decided not to push me, and that's a good play on his part. Disengaging when he could. Fire shot at Benson. Unfortunately, he did duke it, which is very nice. I can straight bow tank the Scharnhorst without any problems. By 25, he's got less than 15-inch guns, so no overmatch for him. Meanwhile, I can do some reasonable damage to him. Picking up the damage here. We got a broadside Azuma. We're going to switch to AP. Now we're going to keep the HE on because we still got a couple, the back salvo left. And we still got a lot of targets that could really use the HE. But yeah, we're going to push in forward here. Let's have free fire. The Azuma doesn't really not do well against HE. Just really does not like it. I think this is why I kept the HE on, because the Scharnhorst is approaching. And I need to worry about him more than I had to worry about the Azuma. AP probably would have killed the Azuma though. I think a little bit of misplay in my part there, that I'm thinking about in retrospect, but it didn't really matter, does it? He's dead anyway, so. Scharnhorst, I think he sees these torpedoes, or his single fire was at fault here. Taking a lot of damage I want to turn in, but I don't want to give too much broad. Oh no, he did not see any of them. Okay, that was a different, completely different there. He's out of there. That's always nice. Sorry this game seems a bit quiet. I was actually streaming this, so the audio had to be, of course, removed. So this is mostly just my own commentary here. There we go. I'm going to put some torpedoes in the water against that Benson. If he decides to push me, he's going to get a I could be welcoming there. But again, he's playing incredibly passively, which is the right call in this situation. So GG to him, but yeah, he doesn't fall for that trap. I fire torpedoes very quickly and very often. You're not always going to get hits, but the more you fire the torpedoes, the more likely you are to hit them. You know, if you don't take a try, then why not give it a go? There's no reason you're going to miss the torpedoes you don't fire, obviously. So yeah, we're kind of staying behind here. The Iowa is kind of a no fun police, you know, fun police for me. So I'm just like, let's stay away from that. Vanguard I can angle against, assuming he actually wants to shoot me. But I'm just deciding what I should do here. I'm trying to keep an angle on the Iowa. I am giving broadside to the Vanguard, so I'm keeping an eye on his guns. If he's focused on me, then I'll go for him and I'll angle up. If he's not, then it's not a problem if he's not shooting at me as me, you know. Lightning pops me a smoke screen, which is really nice. It means I can push up a little bit and I can go dark against this Vanguard. I didn't see he was beaching himself there. That's gonna miss. Still got a lot of action here, a lot of ships, a lot of danger right now. If I could slow down the smoke screen and just spam the Iowa a little bit, that would be nice. In addition, I can also contest this cap, which does help out a little bit. So yeah, just trying to burn down the Iowa. I've already reached 80k damage, and a lot of it is due to all those torpedoes. But other than that, the shell hits are not doing that bad either. See, setting the fires. The Albermarle is a really strong ship, really good ship because it can pen that 50 millimeters. It can pen any deck armor, any deck armor in the game, so without any problems. Alright, smoke screen from the lightning is naturally short. So let's just get behind this island before the Iowa decides to take a pot shot at me. I did say the Albermarle deck armor is very good, but it doesn't always save you. You can't always rely on the armor. It's more of a last resort sort of thing than anything else. You don't want to take the shot, period. I think he's going to turn away from me, so that's why I fired there. Not sure if that hits. Probably not. No. Vanguard got pretty nasty YOLO torp there. Yeah, with our Benson, that was pretty rough on his part. So he's the only thing that would really give me a crossfire. Gonna fire some torpedoes here. I really hope this Wichita. No, okay, he's not. He's just gonna run into all of them, isn't he? Yep. And he's like, thank you. No, like, I showed you and I told you, like, get back. Let me fire these torpedoes at the Hipper. You know, just because, but no. He's completely oblivious to the Hipper there. That's the funny thing. Completely oblivious. He thinks, he's just being a numpteen torpedoing me. Meanwhile, the Hipper's like, oh, I see an Albermarle. I'm going to rip him a new one. Meanwhile, the Wichita is completely oblivious, and if I wasn't here, I'm no doubt the Wichita would have died to this Hipper. At least that's what I'd like to hope. So I'm fighting the Hipper instead of the Wichita. I'm kind of actually saving him as the president style. Still a little bit rough there, but the Hipper, the Albermarle can easily deal with ships like this because it has really good maneuverability, really good armor, and it does have the single fire torpedoes as well. It's not going to exactly win every brawl against the Hipper, but it's no slouch either. That's all I'm going to say in that regard. Fortunately though, I'm getting a little bit of support, and I'm only taking one torpedo. Is he going to take one? Oh, he took two. And he's already fired all his torpedoes, so this should be a rip here. Can I fire my guns? No, I cannot. I hate this. It's so glitchy sometimes. Rear set's coming up though, so just waiting for it. There we go. Before these guns turn, because they do take a little bit of time to turn. And there we go. Bit of a wasted torpedo set, but it's well worth for the kill. So we're on the 150 damage. We've actually done really well in this game. And I think at this point, after I kill, or sorry, no, I think after I get this Fiji, did I get the Fiji? I'm not even sure. I start to go a little bit damage thirsty. So far, I've been playing relatively well. I've made like one or two mistakes, not shooting AP at the Zuma, and that's about it. That's all I can think of, at least. But overall, we've done really well. We played a really good game. and we've made a lot of good decisions, and it's been paid off. That Benson ran away from us because we gave him so much pressure. He couldn't push this cap. He couldn't kill our other destroyers, so we've had the advantage in DDs. The Iowa was kept on fire and kept away. He didn't want to push into the HE spam. Wasn't worth it. Hipper, we just saved the Wichita from being a lunch from the Hipper. You think he died to some other thing, but you know, still it's still valuable. It's still good saving your teammate. Despite him being a Wichita, he probably still did well. So you know, he probably still did well because he's a Wichita. Meanwhile, the Iowa's out for revenge. I should be able to duke this salvo. We're all already turning in for it. Yeah, there we go. Completely duked. There we go. Iowa's burning nicely. And see if we can do some more damage to him. Torpedoes are off cooldown, not on cooldown yet. So they're still on cooldown. So we're trying to get our stuff done there. Try and get some more fires before he gets behind the island. And trying to be prepared as possible, as most prepared as possible to get this turn going. And so far, still, I'm doing nothing really wrong. We're on 155,000. Oh, that's a lot of damage. We did really well. Probably should be firing torpedoes, maybe? I don't know what I was going to do, though. Because it looks like he's going to beach himself. So, I'll fire some single fire torps here. Just to fire between the gap. Just in case he does some more rad stuff. And he rips me a new one. Because, as I said, it doesn't work all the time. But yeah, he hit me for the hull there. That's nothing on the deck there. That was just straight through the hull. Because Albermarle's 27. Now, I gotta play this safe. Really safe now. I don't want to die. I just don't. It's not worth it. Though, that being said, I am on 163,000 damage and counting. I'm kind of like, oh, I want to get like a 200k game. Killing the Iowa would really break the 200k mark, I think, because look at his health. I can't actually see too much because of the rendering and shear factory. We just dev struck that Benson. He's clearly a good player. From what you can see here, at least he's been doing really well. But yeah, he's got plenty of health, and if I manage to YOLO rush him, then I could potentially get a 200k game off him, you know. And this is where I'm thinking, like, all right, I need to get this cap, and then maybe use the island to YOLO rush him, which again is fine, but playing it safe and trying not to win harder is really important. So what I should be doing is getting this cap and then just staying here and being a deterrent for him to push in. Because if he pushes in, he gets torqued by me. And that's all really she wrote. But I don't do that because, yeah. I head into the live commentary of the actual game. This is what I was saying to my own chat and my own stream. Come on. Don't leave the cap. Come on. Reverse my gear. Reverse my Albermarle. Albermarle. It's a marble. 5. God damn you. Okay, fine. Alright. This is where I mess up. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, okay. I should have reversed more, but whatever. Pretty good game. We're gonna win on points. Even if he tries to suicide, we're gonna win on point. Yeah. I would have got the cap, yeah, but should have just reversed. More XP. Should have just reversed. Should have done it. Yeah, and you know, I'm 100% right, but I really should have just stayed in the cap. And if I stayed in the cap and I just let him come to me, that would have been a completely different game. And yeah, we still would have won, and it was no risk to do this, but still, it wasn't a risk you needed to take. So that's Bloodlust for you guys. That's being, when you've had a good game and you just want to get a little bit better, just try and think, hey, you know, don't pull a monk. Think about it and try your best to keep a level head even when you're doing well. Because as Jingle would say, there's no need to win harder. Fortunately though, I was level headed enough to know that even if I did this, we'd still win the game. But all I did right now is cost me a dreadnought and cost me a solo cap, which was how much XP? I'm not 100% sure, but it would have been a lot. Potentially a 4k XP game if I just stayed in the cap. Didn't even top the, I would say, if I just stayed in the cap and got my dreadnought and my solo cap, my second solo cap of this game. So yeah, Lightning is going to win. unless he does something tremendously stupid, he is going to win the game. You know, again, risking it just to save one teammate is not going to get himself killed is again risky. I could have lost this game if the Lightning was, shall I say, an idiot and just fired his guns right now and got himself blapped. But fortunately for me, we did win this game despite my error in judgment, and we managed to still get a very good result: 3,236 base XP. And you know, with a dreadnought and a solo cap, we could have got even close to 4x, 4k, and maybe even more, depending. So yeah, we also could have got the kill in the Iowa if we played it smart as well. 163k, 7 torpedo hits, 11 fires, and a bunch of challenges done. So yeah, hope this helps guys out, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye for now.